Cool. Okay, so let's start right now. So basically, what I want to talk about is how to, when you find a stock, how to chart it and how to actually go in and enter a trade and when to exit. All right, so I've been seeing for the past couple of days, I've been seeing a lot of people lose money because they get into a trade where they think it's a good play. They're looking at the trend, everything is looking fine, and then they get into a trade and it automatically reverses on them, and they lose within a minute or two. They lose money. So this is where your entry come in. This is where how you want to spot that entry depending on what time frame that you're looking at. You want to spot that entry, of course, at the lower time frame between the 5 and 15-minute time frame. That's what I personally use, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. So around that time frame, you definitely want to find that entry point. But overall, you want to definitely know what direction the stock is going. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about. So there's what I call a top-down / drop-down menu. Keisha. What I call a top-down or drop-down menu. And what it is personally me, I don't care if it's pre-market, during market, after market, whatever the case may be. Even on the weekends, I look at three different time. Can you move, Keish, can you mute Mike, please? All right, thanks. And welcome, Keish, welcome. But yeah, let me continue here. So yeah, I definitely look at 3 time frames, and that's all I do. I do not try to look at 4 or 5, the minute, the 3 minute, the 10 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, hour, weekly, daily, whatever the case may be. No, I concentrate on 3 time frame because you don't want to confuse your mind. Once your mind see different directions that a stock is going within a time frame that you input, your mind will go crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at this trend at this time frame, and all of a sudden this particular trend I'm seeing on this time frame. So it boggles your mind, especially if you're looking at 5 or 6 different time frames within a, let's say, a 30-second to a minute span that you're trying to see which time frame you want to go in. I don't want you to do that anymore. I don't want you to. First of all, I want everyone to learn, and I stress that. I don't know how much I stress this. I want everyone to learn, number one, your charts, your candlesticks, how the candlesticks roll, what they mean, and so forth. Okay, so I have previous, for the new people, I do have previous videos that's on YouTube, so I'll go ahead and post the link and so forth so you can go back and look at those videos. All right, so that's number one. And number two, I want you guys to familiarize yourself with one thing: support and resistance. Support and resistance. For instance, like Kyle, he introduces what do you say, Kyle?
Order blocks.
Order
Order
blocks. Yes.
blocks.
He introduces order blocks. That is a form of support and resistance, okay? Because there is a supply and a demand, bottom line, okay? It doesn't change. This is simple equation. It goes up, whatever goes up must come down, and vice versa. So that's what you want to see. So the first thing that I do, I don't care if, like I said, I don't care if it's pre-market or even when you guys ask me, hey, what do you think about this particular stock during the day? Okay, this is the first thing that I do before I even tell you guys, hey, this may be a good play or this may not be a good play. All right, so the first thing, I don't care what time of the day it is, I definitely look at the daily. And what the daily will show me, let me go to a daily. And what the daily will show me is the overall trend. Overall trend. This is a daily. So for the new people, what this represents on the daily chart, daily time frame, which is here, it represents every day prior to today. Okay, and if you can see at the, let me remove this somewhere. And if you can see, if you look at my mouse, and if you look down here, the date, okay, we're looking at the 17th, November 17th, November 15th. 11th, 10th, 9th, and so on. So this represents a day. All right. So whatever candlesticks that whatever time frame that you input, it represents that particular time frame. For instance, for the new people again, for instance, if you go to an hour, each candlesticks represent an hour prior to the current. All right. So this was closing. You're looking at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 12 o'clock, and so forth. So this is what it tells you. That's number one. You have to know what the candlestick represents on a daily time, any time frame that you input, that you select. Okay. There's more technical stuff that you guys need to know about the candlestick, and of course, again, there's videos and so forth. But this is the plan that I do. This is the plan. Now, the plan does not work 100% of the time. No strategy works 100% of the time. And if people tell you, hey, I have a 100% winning rate, they are lying. They are lying. I don't care if you use automation, if you use bots, if you use screeners, uh, whatever the case may be, it will not be 100% correct. Okay? But what you're doing is you're giving yourself the probability of the who has their mics. Wilma, can you mute your mic, please? All right, thank you. All right, so it what I was saying again. Yeah, it doesn't. You cannot win 100% of the time. The best of the best is around 70, 75. The best of the best traders, 75% win rate. Me, I'm around a 52, 53 win rate, which is good. So every 4 plays that I enter, 2 I win, which is still good because those 2 will offset the losses depending on, of course, how many contracts I buy with each particular ticker. It will offset the loss. Okay, so that's one of the things that I definitely want to tell you. I don't care if I pick a play, Wilma pick the play, Red pick the play, Crypto Spider pick a play. If it goes south, that's all right. That's part of the game. There's things that happen throughout the day that can turn that stock in another direction that you was hoping for. So if you're looking for puts and all of a sudden that bad boy gap up and skyrocket, you know, so be it. We cannot control the stock market, bottom line. We can only follow the trend to see where the particular stock is heading and then enter at the right time. And at the right time is when, of course, depending on when you enter the play, you look for pullbacks. So let's start over again. So I definitely look at the the daily time frame. Okay. I basically want to know, and within 5 seconds, I can see, well, within 10 seconds, just by doing this, I can see exactly what type of trend it is. And Wilma, let me pick your brain for a minute here. What type of trend currently right now you're seeing?
It's definitely a downtrend.
Okay. And why is it? Because why is it a downtrend?
Higher highs and lower lows.
Okay, you're 50% right. With a downtrend, what you want to look for is lower lows and lower high. Let me explain. So right now, back in September, this was the highest point that Comcast was at. Okay, around $60, $61.80. All right, it did a reversal. All right, so it made right here. It made a lower low. Okay, it made a lower. I'm sorry, this is a higher low. I'm sorry, this is a higher low. Then what happened is it pulled back just a tad bit and continued. Now this time frame, I'm sorry, this candlestick is the new lower low. That's a lower low, and this is considered a higher low. Then again, it tried to go up, then a nice pullback, it continued to go down. So now this candlestick becomes the lower low, higher high, higher low, and higher low. Again, slight pullback. Now it introduces itself as a new lower low, and all these are basically higher lows. So how a stock operate, depending on which direction it is, and let me give you an example. Stocks do this, depending on, well, let's continue here. stocks do this. They go down, do a slight pullback, go down, slight pullback, down, slight pullback, down, slight pullback, and down. So this is and once you see the new lower lows and at least 2 or 3 consecutive higher lows, you know for a fact that this is an ultimate downtrend. That's one way to tell. Second way to tell is these wicks. Right now, I only trade on the Heikin-Ashi charts, but all the charts is the same. What you want, well, no, it's not the same. Heikin-Ashi is more smoother, but what you want to see is, you want to see definitely that momentum, and you want to see as much red candlesticks as possible with no wicks at the top and wicks at the bottom. Okay, that's what you definitely want to see. All right, you want to see that those nice wicks moving down. Now, if you're looking for to play a put, this is what you look for. You look for the candlesticks, nice candlesticks. You don't want any wicks at the bottom showing anything. See, like this here, this is a doji. We'll explain that later. But anything like this, okay, you want to see this. But most importantly, what you want to see is definitely these bad boys here. Okay, that's considered a great trend. This is considered a strong trend once you see this here. Right here, it's weakening a little bit, and how you can tell that it's weakening, the body, the candlestick are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. It tried to do something here, but it was smaller, and then of course you see a doji, and what the doji means for the new guys is it's a sign of a reversal. So of course you saw the doji and it reversed back up. Okay, so that's what you want to see depending on which directions you want to play. You want to see lower lows, continuing with new lower lows, continuation with new lower lows, and higher, and at least 2 or 3 higher lows. That's what I look for. That's number one. Second thing I want to look for is, this is when I apply my support and resistance. I'm noticing it, like what Wilma said, it is in a downtrend. So what I want to do is to see, first of all, the support that it has. So what I would do is, from this particular candlestick on down, I would chart it saying, okay, it's been bouncing off this particular level, this trend line. It's been bouncing off that trend line, or even attempt to bounce on that trend line, but it moved up. Bounce to that trend line, and it moved up. Okay, so these right here, these particular sections is what you call pullbacks. These are pullbacks. This is a pullback, and this is a pullback. Now, just to think, guys, this is when we're trying to enter a put. Put is, for the new guys, put is when you are anticipating the stock to fall further. Okay, so these are pullbacks. Okay, and the opposite goes for when you want, of course, to go long. So these are particular pullbacks. So once you see certain pullbacks, and then you look for another red candle, you know now the continuation will continue on a downtrend. But again, you have to find those lower lows and more higher highs to complete that downtrend. Okay, so this is a support right there. Let me erase this, excuse me. And let me erase this. All right, so now you know the trend. You see what the trend is doing. Just by your naked eye, you see for a fact that this is in a downtrend on, again, the daily chart. So now what you want to do is connect all the higher lows together. And it's simple. You just look for the highest spot at the particular time, and then basically draw a support line, a resistance line right here. It doesn't have to be perfect. So don't, for some guys, don't even try to connect the bottom of the wick or the top of the wick. Yes, it's helpful to connect, but if you can't connect, don't worry about it. Okay, this is just again a prediction that we're trying to set up to see where can we go in on a particular play, on a put. So we're looking for this. This is fine. Next, what I see is a particular breakout, but I'm not worried about that breakout yet until I go down to do my top down. So right there for on the daily, you want to set up just a theoretical support and resistance. That's all you want to do. Then what you want to do, now keep this here, don't delete anything. What you want to do, what I do, once I do this, I'll just go ahead, go on the hourly. And with the hourly, because of your support and resistance, is doing the same thing. Remember, all stocks want to do is tell you a story for that particular moment. Even if you want to scalp, day trade, swing trade, whatever the case may be, all the stock is doing is telling you a story. Like I always reiterate to everyone, even to the people that first started with me. Stocks tell a story, and this is what this is the story. Just by visualization, this is the story that the stock is telling you. Yes, I am on a downtrend. The sellers are taking over, are in control, but I see a lot of buyers trying to move that price up. Okay, I see a lot of buyers trying to move that price up. All right, so this is what you want to see. Next, my final thing. So now you know for a fact this is in a downtrend. Looking at the daily, now looking at the hour. Just in case you want to be more confident with your trade, I will still keep this and go down. And my last one is go down to the 15-minute, just to make sure what type of trend it is. All right, so again, it is telling you a story. Downtrend, everything is touching the support and resistance, moving on back, retracking, retracing, and so forth. Now, quick question, Eldora, what is this telling you? This box from right here.
I'm trying to unmute. That is consolidation.
Perfect. So for the new guys, what consolidation is number one, it's kind of like a tug of war with the buyers and sellers. Yes, the buyers want to move the price up, but the sellers want to keep it down as much as possible because, of course, the overall trend is a downtrend. So now they're in a tug of war. Okay, a lot of people are not making up their minds what they want to do. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I go remain a continuation downward, or should I stop and buy more so I can go ahead and bring that price up and make money? Okay, because you got to understand, there's a lot of people that bought here, okay, that bought here in an anticipation of the price going higher. So yes, you may have bought stocks here. Let's say you're entering a play. You may have bought some plays here. Of course, you want that continuation downwards to make more money, but right now it is upwards. So even if you bought here in anticipation of going high, yes, you're still making money, but not as much money as you would like. But now, if you want a continuation to go down to make more money, of course, you want all of this to cease for it to head on in a downward momentum. You want all of this to cease so you can be right here, make your profit, and get out. Okay, this is a 15-minute time frame. A lot of people trade on this here. But what I want to show you is, again, this is the directions. Now, when this is this is a good opportunity, of course, to get in. Now, when this is in a consolidation period, only thing that I look at on a 15-minute is, okay, what happened? What happened with these candlesticks? What was going on? Buyers was coming in as much and tried to bring that stock up high. Personally, I wouldn't want to go into this trade because, of course, it's a little topsy-turvy going sideways, and I would wait for, of course, and this is when you set up again another support and resistance. I would go ahead and wait and say, all right, if this moves downwards to about here, I would enter. Because, of course, you're playing puts and you want this stock to go down as much as it can for you to make maximum profit. All right, so that's what I would look for. Now, final thing I want to do is okay, when can you enter? When can you enter? Someone, Wilma, go ahead and answer this. Actually, Austin, when is the best time you think for us to enter in this play? Or let everyone know we're about to play this particular stock. And this is Comcast, by the way. Comcast Corporation. Austin? A little busy? Okay, not a problem. Kyle, are you busy or no?
No. What's up?
Okay. Were you listening to everything or understanding everything that I just spoke? I just talked about?
Yeah, somewhat. I'm working on a little side project here also, so I'm trying to keep up. So,
All right, no problem, no problem. Last one. Wilma, when do you think we should go into this play?
I'd say when it breaks structure. So
Okay,
Yeah, I was gonna say when it breaks your support level. You're
absolutely.
resistant. You're resistant.
Actually, the support because again, you're in a downtrend. We're playing a put right now. We want to enter.
Oh, okay. We're doing a downtrend.
Yeah,
Yes.
you want to tell everyone in the room. Say, hey, okay, go ahead. Now is a good time to enter, but when would you notify them? Wilma, you there? Okay, let's go to another one. Eldora, are you there or are you cooking still?
I'm here.
You're not really watching the screen, all right?
I see it.
Okay, okay. I'll tell you.
So,
Go ahead, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead and continue. So, what I want to see, of course, now this is a pullback, but what I want to see, of course, is a downward momentum. So, I would wait, and waiting is your best friend. You don't want to enter a trade while it's uh, going sideways, or you see a little uptrend movement. You definitely don't want to do that. What you want to do is set up another type of support and resistance. And this is what I want to tell you guys right now. You have to remember this. Stocks, stock prices, tickers, candlesticks, they memorize things. Okay? Everything right now is through a computer, of course, when you put your play in, and everything is recorded. So really, the stock does have a memory. It has a memory where at every time it dropped to that price level or near that price level, it did not want to go further downwards, so it pushed back up. And how you can tell that is all of these spikes. Let me get my all of these spikes that's happening here. This is a form of support. This is a form of support. Okay, so what I would look for personally, I see this support level. I want this price on this day. Let's say we play this tomorrow. I want to see this price, and there's two things that can happen. It will go down to that level. Let me get another one. Two things that will happen. It will go down to this level, bounce off, and go back up. Why? Because of the previous situation that happened before. Okay? This is the previous situation that happened before. So most likely, because it is on a let's say a minor pullback, but now it's on an uptrend, you want to see some type of support and resistance. This is the support. Now my resistance will be, and I would go back even back a couple of days, and I would draw another. I wouldn't do this one. These three right here. I would draw. This is called a triple top. With triple tops, it means that it will bounce off the resistance, go down, bounce off the resistance, and continue on a downward momentum. So this is what I want this to happen. Okay, I want this stock, since you already set your support and resistance, and this is what you want to do. That's one, and let me get this one here. Now you have in kind of say intraday support and resistance. So what I want to happen is, of course, now it's still in a type of consolidation, but you already see the story that the stock left behind. This is the story. This is what I keep telling you guys. Stocks do tell a story. So this is the story that the stock left behind. This is the story that the stock left behind. It's telling you that, hey, yes, I've been going up to a certain price range, but I'll pull back. Yes, I've been going up to a certain price range, but I pull back to that price range previously. Okay? Yes, I've been going on a nice uptrend, but I pull back to this particular price. Then, of course, yes, I've been going on a nice uptrend, but then I pull back to another price around the same time. Okay, so that's what you want to see. So what I want to see here is, of course, because I'm playing puts, I want to see this stock to hit here, go down, maybe hit again, because remember, we're on a 15-minute time frame. Maybe hit again, and then the final piece, I want this bad boy to go down. And this will be probably the time I would enter once it breaks that resistance level. All right? Guys are with me so far? Yay, nay? All right, I'll continue.
I got it.
Okay. So now, my final thing is, okay, when do I tell you guys to enter a play? Okay, when I put that strike price, the DTE, date to expiration, when Wilma put out her stock pick and so forth, when is the right time? Now you can do it on a 15-minute to be safe, but to be a little riskier, like I always do, I check the 5-minute time frame. I check the 5-minute time frame, and again, the 5-minute time frame is telling you another story. This is a story right here. This is another story right here. So you can play this story here. This is a story because it's been hitting that price level. And you see how it's been trying to hit that price level? A lot. This is another story. Okay? Many stories in this here, but for you to enter the play good enough where you're not in the negative once you press that buy button, you want to be good enough where at least if you're down on $2-3, that's fine. But I know a lot of people, and I did the same mistake. I saw the stock was going up or down, blah, blah, blah. I want to get in. Boom. I paid, got in. All of a sudden, I'm $50. I'm $100 down instantaneously. Why? Because I did not basically fathom in a point of entry. I just wanted to go in because I saw it. Okay, wow. It's moving $10. Oh, wow. Next hour, it was up $20. Oh, the next hour is up $30. And I was trying to go in, midday, not knowing, of course, when I first began, not knowing that there is pullbacks where people actually take profit. And that's what it is. Basically, people are taking profit. Maybe they bought here and they saw a nice opportunity right here to get out and, collect profit. Remember what I tell you guys, at least 30, the new people, at least when you see 30% profit, get out. Okay, for the tenure guys, for the experienced guys, this does not affect you. But for the new guys, my main goal for you is to see profit every day. I don't want you to hold. Give me a second. I don't want you to hold the stock if you don't know what's going on. I want you to get in a play as soon as possible and make money within the next hour or two. So then here's my situation, what I want to do. I go ahead and set up another support and resistance. I don't care if I go back another month. All right? It's telling you the same story. And remember I was telling you, Adora, you can go back as much as you can just to look at certain type of levels. Where that stock reached, how it rejected it, reached again, it rejected it, try to reach it again, and it went up. Okay? And let me show you something. This is what I call a triple bottom and a triple top. Okay? This is a triple bottom. When you see a triple bottom, you know for a fact your indication is that the price is going to continue and go up. So this is here, this is one. Excuse me, guys. Where is it? This is one. This is how it started off. This is two. I can count this as three, but I definitely want to see how low that the stock will go. So this will be number three. This is a triple bottom. Once the triple bottom happens, you automatically know that this stock will definitely go up. Then what you see here is a triple top. A triple top means it will hit the resistance 3 times or near the resistance 3 times before it gaps down, before it makes a strong move downwards. And this is what happened. This is the first top, second top, third top, and what happened? It went down. So these are type of patterns that you want to look for, especially when you're ready to enter. Okay? Even here, this is considered, yeah, this is a little triple. Now, this is another triple bottom here. This is one, this is two, and this is three. Once that happened, it went up. Bam. It continued up. This was the continuation. So we would have got in good right here. Good right here. So now you're in a 5-minute time frame. Okay, when do I go in? When do I go in? I want to go in. I want to go in. What I would do is wait until this stock or these candlesticks either go down to my support or break it. Eventually, you definitely want it to break. So I would want, this is a 5-minute time frame, when you're ready to go to get in, I will want for the next couple of candlesticks to hit here. And sometime it will stay there for a while. It will stay there sometime for at least 20, 30 minutes. Because right now they're in a tug of war. So I want this to hit here. Then I want my next 2 or 3, for confirmation, 3 candlesticks. And it has to be red. The candlesticks has to be red. It has to have wicks at the bottom and no wick showing on the full body. So I want at least 2 or 3, at least 3 of these to surpass and break this support and continue on down. But I do not want to enter yet. Remember, 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, you're going to see candlesticks. Every 5 minutes, you're going to see candlesticks. You're going to see candlesticks. You're going to see candlesticks. So my next thing, just for confirmation, just for me to be safe and say, hey, guys, it's ready. And I tell you guys a lot throughout the day, hey, Tesla's ready, or Apple is ready, or Microsoft or Nike is ready. Reason why I look at this here, I go to my watch list, I look at these particular plays, and of course, I set up my support and resistance. I wanted to definitely break this resistance here, support here, and for me to be confident enough to tell you guys, I wanted to break the second resistance. Why? Because price levels were at this particular level previously. And when it was here previously, it bounced up. Remember, there's memory. This is all memory. And it happened here. It happened here. It happened here. And it happened a couple of times here because of this. Okay? Because of this memory. So the stock, remember how it went to this price range, price level, a few times, rejected it, and moved back up. So it remembered it, and I want this to break break this. So I would set my target to enter, and I would do, let me go take this candle. I would, just to be on the safe side, I would go down just a tad bit more, draw another line, and say, all right, Gabe, if it breaks number 1, beautiful. If it breaks number 2, beautiful. Finally, if it breaks this here, at least with another third candle, then I would tell you guys to enter for a day trade. I do this for scalping. I do this for day trade. Then I would tell you guys to go ahead and enter. Because why? I set myself up to know the confirmation, to know for a fact that price levels are very important. Price levels are very important. Price levels are simply when you chart your support and resistance, you look at that particular price level previously in the past, and sometimes I go back months, and it did the same thing months and months back, or close to it. So then I would say, okay, now I know what I'm dealing with. All right, now I know what I'm dealing with. So I want this to break. I want this stock, the next 3 candlesticks, to break this support. Then I will go in. Okay, so it's just basically, and I use, and before I use any candles, and of course there's, I'm sorry, of course there's indicators that I definitely use just to confirm my findings, but you have to be knowledgeable enough to master the support and resistance. You have to master that. You have to know what your stock is doing, and this is why before anything I told you guys, just go ahead and study your 5 stocks. Study them in and out. Study them as far as what type of price movement that your stock is doing throughout any time frame. Any time frame. You go to the daily. You go to the daily. You want to know, okay, what type of price movement that this stock is doing before I go in. And even when I go to the daily, right now I can see a lot of support and resistance here. A lot. And let me show you how. Let me show you where. Where is it? All right. So now the stock is around $49.86. So it touched this support level. Actually, it broke this price level. So my next price level that I see is here at around $48.44. I know this is another level. Then, of course, this is another price level. As you can see here, this here, right here is another price level because it bounced off of here. It bounced off of here once, 2, 3, almost 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times before it moved up. It never broke the resistance. It always touches it or near to it and moved up. So I know for a fact, boom, I want this stock to go as far as I can. So when I tell you guys, hey, this is your first target or second target, this is what I'm talking about because I'm watching the price levels, the price action that went on previously. Because the price level will tell you everything about a stock. So that's another support here. Then I would look at another support. This is another one. This is another one. And this is another one. All right. So if you want to be on the safe side, I would wait, the first one, second one, and the third one just to be sure to break these particular level. All this mumbo jumbo that has been happening within consolidation period, it may happen again, but you want to make sure that it breaks that support level because of the previous price action. That is it. That is all I do. And I tell you guys, all right, it's time to go in. Now, of course, I am not always right. Anything can happen. There's news like today. We were sweet early in the morning. Thank God we profit with certain stocks. We were sweet in the morning, but then all of a sudden, I had a lot of calls that I was doing, and all of a sudden it went down. Why? Because the feds were talking about some other stuff. Any type of news that can actually catapult it up or down within any given second. All right, so that's what I look for. And then finally, just to say, whoo, all right, I mastered the chart, I mastered the support and resistance, I know what I'm doing. Just to be on the safe side, I'll throw in a MACD. I'll look at my MACD and RSI to see what's going on with the stock. All right, it looks like it's going down, but of course the price level has been iffy a lot. I haven't traded Comcast in a while. Actually, it's not even on my watch list anymore. I was just looking at it earlier because of some stuff that was going on with the bill, the infrastructure bill, and I believe Comcast will have a play in it. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and go back into Comcast. So I was looking at this for a while. I haven't traded Comcast, I believe, since like December. So it's been, 11 months, 12 months that I haven't touched it. So I just wanted to see, of course, what's been happening within those past 12 months and what's going on. All right. So just for added confirmation, I would look at what's going on with the MACD. I would look at the RSI only. The RSI is if it's severely overbought or oversold, and which direction that is going, that it will go to, because this is a price action isolator. And a momentum isolator, RSI. So I would look at that. Then just to confirm, say, hey, all right, I was 100% right with this. I would look at my MACD and see if it's going to do any type of either golden cross, which means that the blue line, which is the trend line, passes the MACD line. This is, and let me open it up for you. So I would look at either golden cross, where it crosses up, or a death cross. Death cross is when you want to play puts. I would look if it crosses here. So right now, in the day time frame, I'm looking at it might cross over. But remember, we were going back. Only 3 time frames that I want you guys to understand is the daily, the hourly, and either the 5 or the 15 minute. But I'll just go to the 5 and see what's going on. 5, it looked like it's still in a bullish momentum for every 15 minutes. So I would go here and wait for a confirmation as it turns to a death cross. And it looks like probably by tomorrow, it looks like it would definitely be in a death cross. So now the continuation will go down, and that's where you want to basically enter if you're playing a put. All right. So that's what I want you guys to just actually, if you want to back test it, I don't care. I want you guys to not go into plays and all of a sudden, once you press that buy button, you bought that contract, boom, all of a sudden you're negative 80, negative 50, negative whatever the case may be. Now, if you're negative, $2, $3 and so forth, that's fine. Just know fact, because of course, it might still be in a consolidation period, or just, buyers and sellers doing their usual tug of wars and see who will win within the next 5 minutes. That's all. But you want to see some type of confirmation. But before anything, you want to master, have knowledge, have great knowledge of, number one, your trend direction, your overall trend, where's the stock is going. Let me take all this out. Trend direction, where the stock is going. I can set a small support and resistance. This is what I do in the morning. Small support and resistance. Okay, because of course this is another price level, price action that's been going on. All right, then I'll go to the hourly, see what's going on here. Same thing. Price action is good. Now it's in the consolidation. Then I'll go to the 15 minute and say, oh yeah, it confirms it. It is in a consolidation period. But I wouldn't want to enter because I want the overall, because you don't want to go, a lot of people say that. And I'm sure you heard it. Do not bet against the trend. The trend is your friend. Do not, whoever heard that saying before?
I have.
Okay, do not bet against the trend. You will always lose. Always lose. So again, I would not go into this play yet. All right, I would wait until, and you can use the 15-minute for entry or even the 5. Again, I would wait for a price level for it to reach a particular price level previously, which is this one here. If it breaks it, beautiful, I'll go in. Then there's another price level here, a couple of dollars down. If it breaks that, beautiful. That's my ticket to enter right here on the 15-minute. But if you want to be riskier, a little risky, you'll use the 5-minute time frame to plot your entry. And of course, you use the previous price action, order blocks, as Kyle would say it, order blocks, because this is a supply zone, either a supply zone or demand zone. People were demanding this stock to stay at a level, but then the suppliers came in. The supply zone, you want this bad boy to go up to the supply zone, of course, and break that supply zone, because it's telling you that buyers are coming in and buyers want to see this particular stock go higher. It could be for anything, catalyst, some type of news that's going on, anything that can catapult this stock higher. But you want to see, of course, your long-term price levels. You want to see that because it will do the same thing over and over and over and over until it reaches a new high. Once it reaches a new high, it will not, sometime it will not go down to this price level. It may dip just about 5-10% and then continue to go up. All right. Here's what I want to do. Let's go to BTC. Let's go to Bitcoin real quick. Not futures. Yeah, let's go to Bitcoin futures. No, not this one. Now, of course, Bitcoin is 24 hours. You can see the price action let me see if we go to the minute time frame. If you go to the minute time frame and there's a countdown, in 14 seconds, you're going to see a next candlestick. I want to show you what I'm talking about. So right here, in 3 seconds, a next candlestick would appear. Bam, right here. And what that candlestick is telling you, it's still in a nice upward momentum. Now, this is a 1-minute chart. It's still in a nice upward momentum. So you don't want to go into a play here because of this momentum. But if you know your charts, if you know your candlesticks, you see for a fact for the last couple of minutes, 9-10 minutes, it was on a strong uptrend. Okay, but then you see the wicks that's showing, that means it's a sign of weakness. That means sellers are coming in. Sellers are coming in right now. Long candlesticks, you want to see as long as possible with top wicks and then a bottom, no wick at the bottom. And the same thing goes with the red candlesticks. You want to see that. So right now, it's still fighting. There's still fighting going on. And what you want to see is some type of reversal. So now 2 seconds, bam, another candlestick appeared. But what you're seeing right now, it's the fight. You see how it's going up and down? That's the fight that goes on from 9:30 a.m. or actually from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day in the stock market. And with Webull, of course, with Webull you can trade until 8 p.m. And this is the fight that happens every single minute, every single second. They're fighting over this. So I want you to see one more thing before I continue. Bam. What just happened here? Remember that candlestick that was green? Sellers kicked in. And how I knew that? How did I know that? Because right here is telling the story. It was on a strong uptrend, no candlesticks. But then all of a sudden, you're seeing these wicks appear. That means that, here we go. That means that sellers are coming in. And what happened here? Sellers came in. Sellers came in big time. And here's that reversal you want to see. You just have to be patient, and you have to read your charts. You just have to be patient. And I can tell you right now what I want to see and what may happen. What may happen is this here may hit either, let me go, either here or here and bounce back up. This is a slight pullback, and this is when a lot of people get scared because they say, "Oh my, I'm losing $5. Oh my gosh, $10. Oh my gosh, I'm losing $2, $3." No, these are just slight pullbacks that's happening. So now within the next 10 seconds, you're going to see you're going to see another red, but you're going to see that red go at least right here. And watch what happens. Bam. Another red. So now it will continue on that downtrend until it hit a level. Either this particular level here or the last wick, the lowest wick level. And that's what you want to see. This is all it's doing. And this is how I study. I just went and just looked at Bitcoin for hours and hours and hours and see how charts react to price action. I would sit here and, my girl would tell you, she's like, "Oh, baby, are you coming to bed?" I'm like, "Yes, in a minute, baby. I just want to see where the stock is going right now. I want to make sure that I'm right." And this is how I do it. I just look, sit back, and look. Now, in another 17 seconds, it might hit this price level or this price level. But I want it, just to be confirmed, I want it to hit this price level. So let's see what's it going to do. There we go. Strong, strong, strong downtrend. And why you see the strong downtrend? No wicks at the top. And it will continue. And what I'm anticipating on, either hit this particular level or this particular level and bounce right up. And once I know that for a fact, then I know I can tell you guys to enter a place. So let's look at it. Right now, it's looking like it might hit this one because, of course, it's a strong downtrend. No wicks at the top. You see how it's touching that price level? This was the previous price level. You see how it's trying to touch it and went back up? Buyers came in just a tad bit. So let's see if the next wick, if the next candlestick will have a wick either at the top or the bottom in 9 seconds. Let's see, 5, 4, 3, and I'm looking for another red one, another strong red. And there we go. Another strong red. So I know for a fact it might hit this level. Or if it hit this level and bounce off, that's perfect too. There we go. Here we go. Now this is what you call price action. It tested it once. Now I might test it again. And if it breaks, I know it will definitely reach this and bounce up. So buyers are trying to buy in just a tad bit. So I want to see two things. Break this, hit this level, and bounce up. That's all I want. So it might bounce from here. Let me see. 15 seconds. And Donnell, Wilma, this is for you. I want you to study this here. I want you to go on any crypto and study what's going on. First, look for the overall trend and then just test it right here. This is basically how I back test my plays or my just visualization of the particular play because of the direction, the overall big picture of the stock. So this still looks like a strong uptrend. Why? There is no wick at the top. Just like previously, this was a strong downtrend. Then once that top wick happens, buyers started coming in and it reversed. Same thing here. No bottom wick. Buyers were taking over, and all of a sudden you see the bottom wicks. That means sellers were taking over, and it's a potential for a reverse, and that's what happened. So in 17 seconds, I'm looking for this to hit here and bounce because of the previous actions. All right, here we go. 5, 4, might still be on a nice strong uptrend. Downtrend, I mean. And here we go. Nice downtrend. And this is how I learned. This is how I learned. Just by analyzing the price action, where it stopped, where it bounced from, and so forth. That is how I learned. You know, I used to ask a lot of people, hey, can you help me determine, how to get in or what to look for? No one really helped me. I had bought countless, and this was when Barnes & Nobles was like hot. I would just go in Barnes & Nobles. I wouldn't buy any books. I would go either after work or so forth, or when I have free time on the weekend, and just sit down on the table, grab some of stock books, and just read it. Of course, you have your phone. All you got to do is take some pictures on the main sections that you want to learn more of. Then I'll go on YouTube. You know, YouTube has a plethora of information about stocks. But the only thing is that I don't like, they don't really tell you the whole picture. You know, a lot of people say, oh, so what time frame you go in? What time? They stingy on that. A lot of people are stingy because they don't want you to beat them in their own game. But this is a free game. This is a free money for everyone. So why not share the wealth? All right, this is another action. See that action going on? It almost touched it. It touched it. Now in 28 seconds, I want this to bounce off. If this bounce off, I am correct. And this one, I'll tell you guys, hey, it's time to play. 20 seconds. It might do it. It might not. But now you know to just, it's basically a waiting game. You want to be patient with it. You don't want to go in, let me see, here we go. Strong downtrend. Yeah, this is going to continue downwards. Beautiful. So if you were to play a put on this here, I would just basically look at it and see where I can enter because of these strong downtrends. All right, so Donnell, this, I want you to go back in this video. I don't care if you watch it 20, 30 times. Everyone, mind you. I don't care if you watch it 20, 30 times. Understand what I am telling you. Understand the logistics, the fundamentals of a stock, of the story that is telling, that the stock is telling you that on that particular moment. Okay, and this is why I love Heikin-Ashi, because Heikin-Ashi smooths everything out. Now, if I would go just to the regular one, regular candlesticks, this is what you'll see. This is a lot of noise. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Let me go back to my... Uh-oh. Might be a reversal coming. Might be a reversal right here because of this price action. So we're going to wait another 43 seconds. But yeah, Heikin-Ashi smooths everything out. It shows you the overall trend versus regular candlesticks that's just beating you up. You'll be like, oh man, it's going back up. Oh, let me get out. Then all of a sudden, boom. It continued on a downward. Then all you see this, oh man, it's going to go back in. Oh man, I want to get out. Nope. I don't want you to. From now on, well, if you want to, I suggest everyone go, or it's particular free, it's part of TradingView or any platform, just the Heikin-Ashi. You see Heikin-Ashi smooths it out? And this is what, I remember Donnell or some other people, this is what frustrates you because you're seeing all this up and down. You're seeing all this noise. And remember that green candle? It disappeared because it wasn't really, it was a kind of like a face reversal, but I didn't really pay attention to it. Because I look back at my Heikin-Ashi and I still see that nice smooth trend direction. The only time I would worry or consider is when I see a wick at the top. That's the only time I would consider, okay, this is going to be a reversal. So right now it is passing this particular level. So it surpassed that level. And what you want to do is go ahead and look at another previous level, which was here. So you want to tell yourself, all right, if I'm right, if this is on a downtrend, if I'm right, then it will continue and pass this. So already, for confirmation, I would enter here. These two, if I was to enter a put, I would just grab these two and just ride the wave. But that's on a 5 minute time frame though. 5 or 15 minute. I would just ride the wave. But of course, because of the Hikinashi, it smooths everything out. I don't have to worry until I see some type of doji or some type of wick, either at the bottom or the top, depending on which particular direction that you're playing. So right now, I'll just be looking at it and I'll just back up or even go to another chart. I'll click another chart. I'll chart it, or I'll just go ahead and set up two charts here. Chart this one. Then go back to Comcast here. Go to my 1 minute time frame. Stay on my 1 minute time frame and just look what's going on. You know, I'll just do this, what I do every day. Or sometime, if I'm like in certain stocks, I'll go to 3. I look at 3 different stocks at one time. I know for a fact I'm waiting for something here. Then I go to another stock and do the same thing here. Just plot my entry. But first, of course, I want you to go to the daily chart. Let me take this out. The daily chart, and spot the trend direction. That's all you got to do. Spot it. Like BAC, Bank of America, it's definitely on a strong downtrend. It was consolidating. It has been consolidating. And, you know, you just want to see where it goes. That's it. So before you use fancy indicators, everything, I want you guys to master what the chart is telling you, what the candlesticks are telling you, how to spot a trend using the daily. Now this is just for day plays. Day plays are swing trades. Well, scalping, I do something else. Stopping, I look at the hour, the 15 minute, and I go in at the 1 minute time frame. But if I'm doing just regular from 9:30 to 4 o'clock, trying to find a quick day trade, that's what I do. You look at the you look at the daily, the previous daily, what's going on, what type of trend, and then I look at the previous other days. Okay, what type of trend that Bank of America is telling me. Okay, and ever since here, March 18th, it's been telling me it's been on a nice smooth uptrend with certain pullbacks here and there, and even from the resistance level, I would just mark it here too, and say, okay, I want to see what direction with, let's say, with the next hour or what's going on, what will go on. I'll check the hour again to see. All right, same thing. It's looking like on a slight pullback because, of course, it's been on a, it's been on a nice uptrend. It's been doing its thing, and I just want to find the right sweet spot. That is it. That is it. Anybody else got any questions? Or anybody have any questions? Any questions? You know how.
No, just got to keep looking at the charts and figuring them out, practicing them.
You just look at the previous levels. Previous levels. You look at the previous levels, and then you set up your support and resistance. Don't set up your support and resistance yet until you spot that previous level. You know? So if we go to the 1 hour chart, and you know, for the 1 hour chart, Eldora, what I would do, and everyone, this is when I would blow up my chart. Now this is the 1 hour chart. I'm looking for a quick day trade. I'm looking for a quick in and out. 30% profit, 40, 50%, you know, depending if its play is still good, you know, 70 to 8%. Now, if I make over 200, 300 profit just by sitting there, I'm risking a lot. I'm risking on the pullbacks. I'm risking on major pullbacks, especially after 1, 2 o'clock. That's when you see the stock started just to, you know, lose momentum. So I would just look at the trend. Okay, for now, ever since November 10th, it's been on a slight uptrend. That's what you want to see. So you stack up your support. Then you look at the previous highs, go down, stack that up, and now you have your support and resistance. And support and resistance can be in many ways: slanted upwards, slanted downwards, uh, straight ahead, horizontal, whatever the case may be. This is what you want to see. All right. So now what you want to see, Eldora, is for this to boom up. But again, you want a confirmation, so I will go to the 15-minute just for slight confirmation. Go to that 15-minute here, and what you want to see is this go back up. You want to see the next couple of candlesticks to move up above that support. Once you see it's in a nice uptrend again, all you got to do is go to the 5-minute and plot and wait. So I would say, hey, if I don't want to look at the stock, if I'm going somewhere or I have to go somewhere, what I would do, I would say, all right, I want to enter this here, but I want to enter it once it reach a certain level above here. So remember, now you do a little intraday support and resistance. Remember the other day what I was telling you? You select another support. You know, you can put another support and resistance inside your overall big picture support and resistance. So now what I would do is I would say, hey, all right, it's been hitting this level and going back down. All right, I want it to hit this level here before I go in. And this is when you set your alerts. I would say, hey, I want this stock to reach between $469.34 in between, or even above $469.50 to go in, just in case. Or if you want to be a little riskier, definitely want to see the third candlestick. Remember I telling you the third candlestick will be around here, right? Why? Because of these two levels previously. So you see what I just did here? All right, I set up intraday support and resistance just to enter on a 5-minute time frame. I want to make sure that this stock break through the previous levels and look for a continuation up. So I would probably enter here, between these two here. I would enter in this particular circle here. And that is it. And of course, if you want to see if the stock has been overbought, oversold, then of course you would look at your RSI. And for a last confirmation, you look at your MACD. Boom. You see that golden cross happening? All right. I just want, just to make sure I don't see any fake breakouts, I'll go ahead and wait for the second or third and go in. And that's it. That is it. All right. So that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to go ahead and post this on the YouTube. And I want you guys to share these videos. Share as much as you can. Let everyone know about us and how we're almost better than the rest. Alrighty. So I hope this has been a learning moment for most of you, especially for the new guys. I hope you learn. I know there will be a lot more questions you will be asking, but don't hesitate to ask. I have Wilma, I have Red, I have Eldora. I even got Donnell, because he's whipping the charts up. I'm loving what Donnell is doing. But now, Donnell, with this, I want you to tweak your entry point, because I know you've been hurting a lot where you enter and all of a sudden you're negative 50 off the back, negative 200. You've been telling me. All right, I want you to pinpoint now your entry. How you pinpoint it? You wait, be patient, set your support, set your resistance. Make sure that it breaks your support or resistance, depending on which play that you're doing. Put or go long. I want you to plot that bad boy, and once it breaks it, once it confirms your confirmation, go in. Okay, don't just go in nitty blindly. Of course, when we tell you to, of course, it is the right time. When Wilma says something, when Red says something, when I say something, post it, then yes, that is the right time. Because why? We saw that the stock, either we saw that the stock was here, it's going to go nice movement. I look at the volume, I see what type of volume that it's doing. All right, then I tell you guys, all right, it's moving off of volume. When I tell you guys it's moving off of volume, that means it is spiking up like crazy because of volume, because people are buying in like crazy. And when we tell you guys, hey, go ahead and enter, it's for a reason, because we plot the crap out of this stock before we enter. Now, if we hold it, let's say till the next day, or something happened the next day, anything can happen. News, some type of catalyst that can either make or break that play at the time, or Elon Musk. Elon Musk could say, hey, I don't like SPY, and all of a sudden SPY go down to 150 by Friday. Just like that. So anything can happen. But yet, once you see, or once you know what you're talking about, don't ever second guess yourself. Don't ever second guess yourself. Why? Because now what you're going to do later on the next play is like, damn, should I wait here or should I wait here? No, just be confident enough of your plays. Just be confident enough to plot, to see where the stock is going, to see the price levels, to see the price action. Just by looking at it within 5 seconds, you'll know exactly where the stock is heading. Then you can just always, boom, all right, I want to set this up here. I want this stock here, SPY, to go up above here. Once it goes above here, I'll enter. Even if it go here, I'll continue to stay in the play and plot a exit strategy, plot a target. Plot a target. That's one target. This could be another target here. If it continue to go up, then this could be another target here if it continues to go up. And this could be another target. Why? Because these are previous price action that the stock arrived at, and it either broke through the resistance or go down or broke through the support. But you want these levels because you're looking at that nice uptrend. You want that level to continue to go up and break the previous levels. And that's it. That is it. All right. So, guys, thank you. I appreciate everyone coming. And, again, I will definitely post this tonight. Give me a few minutes as I put my little graphics on and melee. And you'll have this bad boy tonight or even tomorrow, depending on how tired I get, because I have to do some final chartings on some stocks that we might go in tomorrow to play. So I'm never, like you said down there, sometimes you get tired. No, I'm never tired. Why? Because I do have a lot of stocks to play with. I don't want you guys just to overwhelm yourself with different stocks, but I do plot my stuff. See, I plot my stuff, I save it, and then I see where the stock is going, and then I enter. Or I would just set an alert on either, not Robinhood, on Webull, and once that alert is set, then I will go back in it and see what I can do. I'll go back in it, see what I can do, and go from there. I'm loving Nike, Wilma. I think Nike gonna do something tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. Nike look like it might do something. If it breaks this particular level pre-market, yeah, it's going to fly to here or close to it. But yeah, if pre-market Apple breaks above 173.72, look for some more longs on Nike. I'm loving Nike right now. Because Nike is on a nice uptrend. It will continue. It had its little moments, but it's coming back up. It's coming back up. And I can see another price level, previous price level, that it touched. You see that? It touched that level and it went up. See that? And this was back in August. This was August. It went down to this level and spiked up. So yeah, we're looking for a nice spike up tomorrow on Nike, hopefully. So now this level, it has to break, which it did. Oh no, it's not there yet. So it might break this previous one from August. What is this? August 6th. If it breaks that, yeah, we going up. We going up. All right, and as you can see, I used to plot Nike like crazy. This is all my previous stuff. And all right, guys, that is it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for attending, and I will see you guys shortly. Love you.
All right, good night.
Love ya. Mean it. Let's rock and roll tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.